Hey guys, Hannah's audience for tonight.
Hello everyone, my name is Hannah Willis and I wanted to thank you all for joining me. I've been researching the Mennonite culture and using different online sources to learn about how they live their lives and what their values are. The Mennonites are a religious culture-based group that was established in the 16th century during the Protestant Reformation when some Christians separated from the Roman Catholic Church. According to online source, the MennoniteUSA.org, approximately 672,000 Mennonites reside in North America today. Mennonites are commonly known for being marked off, away from the world by practicing Christian-type love and services. They are strong proponents for peace and love, and they preach equality for everyone. Today I will explain the Mennonite culture values, low power distance, high context culture, and high uncertainty avoidance. For example, in low power distance cultures, there is no complex hierarchies. The Mennonites' organizational structure is considered relatively flat compared to others like the Amish hierarchies. So in the Amish hierarchies, there is somebody more in power than the other people below them. So the people below them, the civilians, don't really have much say in what goes on. Everyone in the Mennonite culture has the ability to make their voice heard, including minorities. That includes women, children, and people of color. An African American mother told online source that the Mennonites were so used to seeing them as people that nobody treated them any differently based on their skin color. Being said, women in the Mennonite culture are free to work and have as many rights as men do in the Mennonite culture. Mennonites are also high context cultures, meaning they rely mostly on nonverbal communication. Portraying this is like body language and unwritten rules. A lot of information through church services goes unsaid and is communicated non-verbally through said body language and unwritten rules. This can be very confusing for those that do not understand the unwritten rules of the Mennonite culture, says Steve Slum with the Cincinnati Mennonite Fellowship. He also explains that mobile environments where people come and go need lower context cultures. But in this case, the Mennonites are a pretty steady culture with a stable population. So a high context culture will start to develop when you have a steady population and people that want to follow those rules that you have set for them. Most people come to the Mennonite culture so they can be on a strict guideline of rules so they don't steer away from that and go down bad paths. In high context cultures, there is a strong distinction between the in-group and the out-group. So the in-group in this case would be the Mennonite culture, and it's like a family-based group that everybody is accepted in when you're in that Mennonite culture. And then with the out-group, it's all the civilians that are not in the Mennonite culture. And there is a strong sense of family between all of them. So they are all very connected and have each other's back in this culture. And that is all shown in the Mennonite culture. Another value the Mennonites demonstrate is high uncertainty avoidance. Cultures with high uncertainty avoidance try to minimize the occurrence of unusual circumstances and unknown circumstances. And they proceed carefully with changes by step-by-step planning and implementing rules, laws, and regulations. One of these rules that Mennonites have are the men wear black pants and shirts with a number of colors, along with a straw hat, while women typically wear dresses, aprons, and bonnets. Men typically have beards and often have bowl haircuts, while women usually wear their hair in a bun. You also must be baptized as a Mennonite. So as a Mennonite, you can get baptized at any age. While coming into the Mennonite culture, they are very accepting from people of all paths, but once you're in that Mennonite culture, you cannot steer away and go against their rules and guidelines, which they call, after you do that, you will be quote-unquote shunned. So being shunned, you will be exiled from the Mennonite culture, and you will not be able to participate in that family-like aspect anymore. So you won't be able to have that family that backbone to lead on anymore when you're exiled and shunned. You will not be let back after that either. Even if you have a child under the Mennonite culture, sometimes they will even take your child. And they will keep your child and take care of your child because you were shunned. But they were born into that family-like culture. So a lot of people will leave their children there so they can grow up in that environment that they never had. So in conclusion, Mennonites value religion, peace, love, and prosperity very heavily. This is all very big on their mind, and this is what they fight for. Everyone is accepted in the Mennonite culture, but you have to keep in mind that you do have to follow a set of rules that if you do break away from, you will be shunned. And these regulations they're not so heavy. So the difference between the Amish and the Mennonite is the Amish, you're not allowed to watch TV. You're not allowed to have certain electricity. You're only allowed to go around in horse and buggy. But Mennonites, you're allowed to have a car. You're allowed to go to the stores. And a lot of Mennonites will shop at Mennonites-based stores, including a store near us, which is Landis. So you may experience being somewhat exiled from the modern world you know today while joining that Mennonite culture, but if this is really helpful, a lot of recovering addicts go into the Mennonite culture, so they have a set of rules that they have to follow and a set of times, and the church is very forgiving and loving. The Mennonite values consist of low power distance, high context culture, and high uncertainty avoidance. So I wanted to thank you for being here, and I will take any questions now.
No questions.
Stop the video.
Oh my god.
Stop the video.
Oh, so long.
What was the picture?